How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another Bitcoin update. We are getting that continuation, as you can see, but in the short term, what we saw with the daily close, it actually respected what I was saying. There could be a level of resistance slightly before the moving averages, and we can see slightly above the moving averages the next set of fibs. These are actually more important than recovering the moving averages. Of course, in the past, when we see price action above the moving averages, it's going higher and higher, new highs constantly. So, of course, recovering 90k is a great first step. But what everyone needs to understand is a pump that recovers, although it's a great first step, if it's not recovering 92.8k, this actually could be an area where it's topping out. So between 89 and 92.8k is an area where Bitcoin could be topping out and looking for a reversal from here. We don't know if it's going to put in a lower low, of course. I hope for a higher low. The pattern that could be forming is an inverse head and shoulders. So we would be looking for the right shoulder. We don't know how deep that will come. So essentially, when it runs into the moving averages, whether that's today or later on this week, maybe even as early as tomorrow, we need to see the reaction from here. Of course, as yesterday there was a struggle at the 618 and the 65 fib, makes sense for this to need to hold the support. So move down into there, that would need to hold the support. Be used as a pivot point to break through the moving averages and pump into 91 to 92.8k. It's really important to break the 886 because of course there's risk that the reversal wave isn't created, and that of course the retracement Fibonacci, the Fibonacci retracement tool, it's in the name, isn't it? Retracement. So essentially just to move back up into this area before reversal and continuation lower. That is what the fibs are meant, how they're meant to be used. But in preparation for the reversal wave, we'd know once this is broken, those become the targets. We also have a larger fib that measured this macro dump, the whole entire thing. And even on the break of this more micro 886, it would initiate a move up into the next set of micro fib targets. But the more macro one, you can see in that same area where maybe price action slows down or we already see a pullback from, it's also the more macro 786 and 886 fib. So technically, even a move up like this could be on the cards. But that's just something to worry about. Keep it in the back of your mind, because I've shown many times on the channel, when you get a dump and you start pumping for over days and weeks, it feels like the dip is over. But ultimately, it can get up to the 886 and still go into new lower lows. So we've got a really like a much larger Fibonacci at play. The 886 being there, technically you can go to new lows still. So if I see those warning signs, I'll let you know. But I am continuing to DCA BTC business as usual. I'd be more concerned with altcoins. Like, I'd really wait until Bitcoin has confirmed the reverse wave and that these targets up here are happening in the immediate short term. You have to wait for 105k to break. So that's when I'm personally waiting to start trading altcoins again. In the meantime, regardless of price, I'm DCAing Bitcoin. And yeah, ultimately just waiting for that final level to break and a nice precursor signal to start a move up to there would be a break of 92.8k. So we could be coming into a very big resistance in the coming days this week. So this week's test going into the weekend, like Friday when the stock market shuts, we need to see whether Bitcoin has pushed through 92.8 or if it actually confirms it as resistance for the weekend. That would be quite negative. Obviously, I mean, throughout the weekend or maybe early next week, we start getting the move down, which we need to see key areas like 85 to 88 holding as support on any rejection, hoping that it would reverse and of course break through this level and then target 100 and 105. So essentially, guys, we could be on the move back up to 105, and the hope is that the reversal wave is created and we go to those upper band targets. Of course, even on a move up to there, could still get rejected and continue into new lows. And if I see those signals or signs, I'll let you know. But at least as of now, for this to be considered the bottom. It needs to recover this level and this level. So we really can't get overexcited until that's broken, especially with altcoins. Altcoins might move up more aggressive in that period, but need to be careful because it could be short-lived, and then all those gains could be taken away again if Bitcoin doesn't truly break out and create the reverse wave to get up to these targets. Remember, these targets, with hindsight, let's say we're up there, you would say with hindsight, of course, that was the bottom. But as we're living through it day by day as it develops, it's not a confirmed path up. Like, it should have gone up from here and hit the targets, but it chose not to, got rejected. And that would have been the 786, 886 area. Can you see? And it went to a new low after. We could just be pumping up into here and going into a new low after. So nothing set in stone. There's nothing that's like a guarantee. But maybe if you do believe we are eventually going to break 105k and would rather get alt early down here than waiting for a final confirmation, then maybe DCA at a slower rate. Look, come up with the strategy you want, but of course, I'm just trying to show you that in these periods of uncertainty, and while Bitcoin hasn't created the reversal wave, you need to be more cautious, especially with altcoins. With me personally, I don't really care, but with Bitcoin, I know 4 years down the line, it's always going to be higher cyclically and in terms of dollars. But altcoins, maybe every 4 years, they might be a higher dollar valuation. But in terms of Bitcoin, always lower. So that's it from me today. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. If you want to get educated, learn about Bitcoin or crypto, if you want to learn how to read the charts, just like me, and use the Fibonacci tools, use the links down below. Either take action on the ebook, mentorship, or Discord community. In the Discord, I also host workshops where I mentor you as a group rather than one-to-one. If you want one-to-one, there's a private option on the website also. Cheers, everyone.